What's happening, world? B Marsh Boxing. I'm back at it once again. Post fight review. Just finished watching this fight. Jerwin Ancajas versus Fernando Martinez, the Argentine who had the big upset against Jerwin Ancajas in the first fight. This here's the rematch. It was a good fight the first 6 rounds. Very good back and forth fight. Jerwin Ancajas started very good. Using his jab, throwing the big power shots, right hand behind it, but really controlling with the jab. But then the man, real boxing and it was real technical. But rounds 3 and 4, the man Martinez started to pick up the pace and started to close the distance, and now just start going all out, slugging. Throwing big shots, going to the body, throwing big bombs over the top. I'm saying? And the man, these guys were slugging it out the first 6 rounds, close rounds. But after six, I had this fight 6 rounds apiece. Then the man, Sergio Martinez, Fernando Martinez started going to the body and just throwing big shots. And the man, what's his name, Jerwin Ancajas, his punch output started to decrease. The first 6 rounds he was looking very good. Looking like this is gonna be a much competitive fight than the first fight. But he started getting tired. He was taking big shots. He was also landing big shots on this Martinez guy. But Martinez ain't going nowhere. There was even a headbutt. I believe the headbutt was around like round 5 or 6. But Joe and Ancajas took the bigger brunt of that headbutt, But at the end of the day, the man Martinez, he just kept the pressure on Ancajas because he started to see Ancajas fading. And he started just big bombs as Ancajas saw. Just throwing more punches and bunches, missing a lot more. So the second was all Martinez. I gave what's his name, Ancajas like 1 round. I think round 8 after 6. I had this fight 8 rounds to 4 in favor of the Argentine Fernando Martinez. The man retains. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hear what he said. This guy has a whole list in front of him. And he's flanked by Marcus Maidana behind him. I don't know what part of the game Maidana's playing as far as a role as a manager or whatever for this fellow Argentine. But this wasn't a fluke. This guy's a guy who started boxing at 26. Here he is 5 years later. He's a world champion. You gotta give it up to him. I gotta give it up to this guy. He proved that the first fight wasn't a fluke. And the man Martinez, you know, this fight was won in the trenches. And Jerwin Ancajas, I gotta give it up to him. He tried. But I don't know. He just ain't have no pack in his punch because he hit with this guy with all kind of bombs, big shots. And Martinez was throwing his as well. But Martinez definitely had better stamina. He wasn't fading at all. And look at Ancajas. Here he is. He's lost to this Argentine who came up out of nowhere. Ancajas had held that strap for like 6 years. 5, 6 years. 5 years at least. IBF 115 strap didn't unify, not even with Kaya 5. That was a unification that was trying to build up when Kaya 5 was a 115-pound champion. Yeah, Steve Farhood has it as same as me. No, sorry, he has it 9 rounds to 3. I'm saying? He ain't give the man no rounds after round 6. Uh, Steve Farhood has it 9 rounds to 3. I had it 8 rounds to 4. The judges had it much wider than that. They had it more like 10 rounds to 2. But his inside work that the man Martinez was putting down, the punches and bunches, and just kind of overhand kind of shots, overhand kind of shots out of nowhere. Not really fundamentally sound boxing, leading with hooks on some Roy Jones type of shit, rather with the jab. Like I said, the dude was boxing on Cajas, and he was boxing well the first 2 rounds. But when Martinez closed the distance and started throwing punches and bunches, those times he was landing 5, 6 punches in a row. I mean, Ancajas was there to be hit. That's exactly why he started to fade. Man, take flush punches to the face. I mean, and also the body shot game for Martinez was much better than the first fight. But like I said about Ancajas, had the strap for all these years. Didn't unify with Kaya Fi. Didn't unify on all Asian unification I used to talk about here on my YouTube channel. Naoya the Monster Inoue, from Japan versus this guy from the Philippines. Ancajas IBF WBA matchup, or was it WBO? The fight WBO. The fight never happened at 115. There was a lot of guys. Chocolatito been there. The Mexican, El Gallo. Um, another unification with what's the gentleman's name? My man, Cyrus Rungvisai. Who's this guy? Yeah, you know, Rungvisai. He ain't have no unifications with these guys. That would have been more money than he would have made than losing to this guy, Martinez from Argentina. But I gotta give it up to him. On Cajas, he fumbled the bag. The man Martinez is a champion now. Has retained the strap. IBF 115-pound strap, and he made the title defense. So he proved it's not a fluke. And now the man on Cajas probably his best days behind him, unless he can come back. Yeah, I mean, come back on some Roberto Duran type of shit, lose to fellas, and then come back and beat somebody you ain't supposed to beat. We shall see. B Marsh Boxing, big ups to both fighters. Good fight on the on the televised Showtime televised portion of the fight with this for this Ancampo versus Sebastian Fendura fight. Leave your thoughts and comments. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone. Peace.